Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Today we are on day 5 of 10 of Soul Wealth Activation Program. Today we are going to talk about limiting beliefs plus money wounds. We will start our session with, what is all about the session. Then we will end up picking up the Hopono exercise, which we have, done yesterday. Murthy, I want you to pick up the document, keep it with you. So I want you to share while we keep recording the session. Okay. I'll pause the recording when we get there. But today, the objective of the session is all about uh, money beliefs, money wounds. Why limiting beliefs is what we get, is what we will discuss. So you might have observed in life that most people are struggling with money because not of lack of strategy. They struggle because of the programming of the mind. 95% of financial behaviors is subconscious for everyone. This is subconscious that most people don't know. You don't earn because of the effort. So most of the people, right from the childhood, you're being told that you have to put a lot of effort, hard work, money doesn't come easy. When you work hard, you will get money, and that money only stays with you. Is all people would have taught you like that. But remember, in the world of manifestation, in the world of soul wealth, you don't earn based on your effort. You earn based on your identity and based on the identity consistency, which I call it as. That's the science behind. If your identity is all about I struggle, observe this closely. If your identity is all about I struggle, then you unconsciously sabotage the success. And that's what the problem happens. Okay, for most of the people. Okay, let's go back to understand what are a recap of what we have taught yesterday. What we have learned is we have learned about money and emotions. We have learned about emotional alchemy. What does it is all about and how do you balance your emotional alchemy? What are the rituals you have to end up doing? Emotional alchemy is what we thought about. We focused on heart chakras and why heart chakra is important and what sort of an emotions will help you or sabotage your heart chakra is what we have understood. And we spoken about the importance of gratitude. We focused on importance of journaling yesterday, and it's critical. And we also, if you recall, that the homework which was given for you is to practice journaling and practice Ho'oponopono. So today we are going to talk more about how is your, before we get into the session today, I want to check with you all to understand how is your energy levels today. Because energy is equal to your conscious state. Energy is equal to your wealth. Energy is equal to what you attract. So how is your energy today? Think about it. I want you to write. You don't have to share it here. I want to make this statement that you know your energy. How is it applying today? The intention of today's session is for healing and alignment. So once you are aware of how your energy levels are, then you will be able to practice it for the day. So this session is purposefully at 8:30 in the evening. So by 8:30, before the session, how was it? And now how is your energy? Both physical and mental energy is what I'm talking about. I now write my money story with power and purpose. So today, you and I will sit through. There is an assessment which I have shared with you all today. That assessment is what you will have to fill it. And that's where you are rewriting your money story, guys. And before we move into the today's session, let's focus on what we have talked about Hopono prayer. Okay. So this is an easy version which I'm sharing with you all. For more sort of deeper sort of a Hopono prayer, please go back to the document which I've shared with all of you yesterday. That is for your internal consumption. You practice that, like I mentioned, 5 times, 21 times for getting deeper results. And this is for the session which you are doing in today. Okay. So there is a difference. The concept is the same one. But that one is your personal consumption, and this one is for session. I want to start with the disclaimer so that everyone is clear about both the things. Both are different. That gives you a deeper impact for anyone and everyone. And this also gives an impact, but this is on a lighter sort of a note for ease of consumption and all. You can use this or you can use that. The choice is yours. Okay. Let me start it off. Okay. To the divine creator, I come before you. While I'm saying, you also say silently, because we are recording this session, say it silently. I come before you with heart ready to heal and soul ready to receive. To the memories, beliefs, and energies within me and within my lineage that have created scarcity, guilt, or resistance towards wealth. I'm sorry, please forgive me. To every financial wound I have inherited, created, either knowingly or unknowingly. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. To the part of me that believed I'm not worthy of luxury, joy, or wealth. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. To all the memories I have misused, rejected, feared, or ignored. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. To the souls in my family who struggled for survival, I honor your journey. I now choose wealth, ease, and grace for me and for all those who come before me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I now rest my soul's blueprint for wealth. I claim my right to receive, create, and circulate abundance in alignment with divine love. And so it is. I now reset my soul's blueprint for wealth. I claim my right to receive, create, and circulate abundance in alignment with divine love. And so it is. Give it a thought to sunk in all this. Again, to reiterate, Hopono prayer, guys, it's a very important element to start your day. Before you wake up in the morning, either you can take a picture of this, use it, or I have shared document with you all yesterday. Start with the document. Practice it. Practice it with your spouse and family. You can involve your children as well, particularly when you are having morning breakfast. Hold your hands together and do it. Inculcate this thing right from the childhood for your kids. It's very important that you build that because that's how your ancestors start accepting, your ancestors start showering their happiness on you guys. Do that in a group like it does in a Christian family. And they do it by holding their hands and doing it. So start with the document. From today onwards, every day we do the Hopono prayer followed by EFT, and then we keep moving on to the next topic. All right. So let's move on with the next topic for today. Okay. So today we're going to talk about money DNA. What we are focusing today is on limiting beliefs and money wounds. I've shared a questionnaire with you all. The questionnaire is called 5x Wealth Identity. Go back to the questionnaire to know where your limiting beliefs and money wounds are coming from. And today we'll do understand a little bit of tapping. People talk about emotional frequency therapy. They tap on multiple places. People who are part of my 5x growth career sprint program, they know this already. But people who are listening to this first time, we talk about why is it important to tap, what is abundance affirmation loop, and how do you get that going in the loop. So remember three important aspects which we have shared with you all. One is Ho'oponopono practice every day. Two, writing gratitude journal every day, which will help you loop it and you club that with an EFT, and that's what the transformation slowly happens into you all. So, what is money DNA? Why are we talking money DNA here? When you fill in the document, you will get some of the concepts here. We talk about assessments here. We talk link these assessments there. Okay. Money DNA is nothing but the strong force in human personality, and it stays consistent with how you define ourselves. It is coined by my mentor Tony Robbins. Okay, so our money DNA is the unconscious blueprint that actually governs how you think, feel, and behave around the money. And how do you know what is your sort of a DNA? Which, with the practices which we have done on the day one, with the practices which you're going today on the assessments, you will get to know what is your behavior around money. And remember, guys, it's not strategy, it's your identity. And that's your internal wiring mechanism, which actually defines your money DNA. And these beliefs, guys, these beliefs get formed to you when from your childhood onwards. These beliefs gets influenced to you the way of your childhood, the way of parenting, the way of what you understand, feel, and work in the society. And after you grow up, you start working in. So every time you start believing in your money DNA, that's how your DNA gets formed in. So if your subconscious identity is always struggle with money, you will sabotage wealth, even if you consciously desire of it. Remember this for life. Some people will come to me, my clients come to me saying, Venkat, I've changed multiple jobs. Every time I get more money. But the more and more money I keep getting, the more and more I take loans. The family, more and more loans, more and more loops they get into. Why they get into? Because underneath they sabotage the wealth identity. They have a karmic relationship, a bad karmic relationship with wealth. And that's where they unconsciously think that they don't want wealth. And 95% of financial behaviors, the way markets operate, if you guys are into share trading and if you guys are into bullion market trading, you understand that 95% of financial behavior is subconscious. Something happens, some trigger happens in the market somewhere, and that trigger pushes a lot of people to go back outside market. Why it happens is because of the financial behavior of the subconscious mind. Money behavior are encountered emotionally and not logically, guys. Most of the client comes back and asks me this question: Venkat, do you think manifestation really work? Because people say that you have to work hard, you have to get results, and the results will pave you the path for the financial success, both emotionally and physically. But remember, guys, for your wealth creation, for your wealth being there with you, it is always emotion, guys. Logic plays the second part, emotion plays the first part. If you are not believing in that you will become a billionaire in some day, you will not be able to crack it because emotionally you are not keen to work on it. So how come you logically get it? Because for logic you need to have vibe there, and that's how the vibration happens in, guys. All right, are you guys with me? Okay, so that's what is all money DNA all about, guys. So money DNA, like I mentioned, money DNA comes through you through it is formed by various stages. Okay, you have family conditioning. You cannot go back and hit in the past. Okay, you cannot do anything about it. It is what you are supposed to know. Now you are knowing what is this soul wealth activation and also now you rectify that. What happened happened. That's what we're talking about for open prayer. Okay. So you can, one is family conditioning to emotional events. High emotional events will also impact money. For example, consistent job loss every time you get a job, you were in the job, you've been in the job for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, and suddenly suddenly you lose a job. Of 3-4 lakh people, suddenly you only the guy who lost the job, and you keep thinking why this happens only to me. That is also called emotional event shaping up, and some of the things are cultural beliefs. Okay, so that you have to understand. Now let's move forward to understand what is the core loop all about money. There are three loops which you will have to understand, guys. Very important three loops. So scarcity loop. Okay, this individual have a loop. Money DNA can be classified into three aspects, and that's what I'm explaining you all. So scarcity loop, the person will always keep thinking there is never enough. Even that is dangerous. So you say, where do I draw the line? Do I draw the line at 200 billions? Do I draw the line as 1 million? Do I, do I draw a line on about 25 lakhs? Because my family have not seen beyond this amount. My father didn't see beyond 2 crores. Now, how I can see beyond this money? My mind limits there. That's called scarcity rule. And you feel that there is never enough. You earn, but you fear. You earn, but you hold. You earn and you lose. And this is a repeated process. Earning followed by fear, followed by holding it, then losing it all the time. Remember, if this is the loop which you are getting in, that you are in scarcity loop. Next is called guilt loop. Most of the people have this guilt loop they get into. I don't deserve more. This happens in, and if they receive also, they feel guilty about it. Why am I received? I didn't work hard, but this money is not mine. I used to have this belief. I'm being very honest with you all. 10, 15 years back, I had same belief. If I get more money, I used to feel that I'm not giving that much of worth for the value which I'm getting. I used to always feel guilty that I'm paid more, but I should do something more. I used to go back to my boss and ask for more sort of a work. You're trying to self-sabotage your thought process. Then it's called identity loop. People like me don't become wealthy. This is fundamental problem people have. So take that off, because that invisible ceiling on the growth, you are fixing it for your own self. No one is fixing for you guys. Move away from that loop of identity. Okay. If you are in that loop, no one can correct you. Okay. So where this money DNA comes from? Understand it deeply through questionnaire, and you reflect upon these sessions will give you a lot of reflections to go back and think where it is all coming from. You may hear this family statement in your parents talking about, ancestors talking about, money doesn't grow on trees. In my family, people always used to talk that business is not for us. We are not business class. We are a worker class. Always, time and again, people have this belief. That belief, if it is ingrained on you, you will not be able to do any sort of a business. You scare getting in business because your family is always aligned to do work, 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 and you're not in innovative mode to get going to start your own firm. These sort of a beliefs have to be broken free with logic. Okay, then memories you'll have. Shame when asking for money, guilt for asking more money, now, or lack of voice for asking money. Even that can be your emotional memories. You want to ask money, but the moment you go back, you try to talk too much about it. You end up over explaining stuff. This most of it happens because your visibility is shown off, but your voice is not shown off. So what happens? You end up calling your line manager for meeting. You end up talking about saying, I'm sorry for talking to you at this moment, but my salary, I need to be taken, I'm working on this area. So can you give? And the answer is mostly no. But you try to over explain stuff. Why? Because this is emotional memories which gets in. Okay. So that's how things are. Okay. Next is cultural beliefs, which comes from movies, which comes from society and around. Rich people are greedy. You might have heard 100 times about this from your age of 7. You might have seen a lot of movies where rich people are cruel in nature, and this becomes a default operating system. So your operating system is influenced by a lot of, and these days media, in and around media influences you. So the moment you wake up, and these are the things which comes to you. So you will have to, I gave a diagnostic sheet with you all. How do you know what sort of symptoms you are suffering from? That is very critical aspects of it. Okay. Symptoms. Like I said, family conditioning, money doesn't grow on trees, cultural religious, rich people are greedy. All this, understand and assimilate. No, each one's problem would be the same way. Not each one thinking in the same siblings will be the same way. It changes. So understand your money DNA. Your money DNA can be different from your spouse money DNA. Your DNA can be different from your father's money DNA. But note it down, where is this coming from? So you as individual, you'll have to think, drive deeper. The best part of soul wealth activation is your soul journey. And the reason why I have named it as soul wealth is your soul will have to go and find it for your own self. Then only you will get to know. Once you know your problem, awareness is the first fundamental thing. Then, then you reset, which I'm giving you a lot of tools here. Then you reprogram yourself. That's the essence, guys. That's the objective of the entire thing. Okay. So, symptoms of scarcity. What are the symptoms? How do you know that you really have money scarcity problem? The first aspects of it is that you earn but you cannot save. You self-sabotage during the growth. You feel guilty and shame of receiving. You fear of charging extra. You work more but you charge less. You attract underpaying roles. You don't even want to grow. You stay in the same role saying it's comfort. But the comfort is not the right comfort for you. But you feel that this is the right way. This is where it is. This is the place which I'm attracted to. This is where I want to spend time to. But if you go beyond, you may have another place, better place than you, better salary for you, better, belief systems for you. But you'll have to, sometimes these things get constrained to us. We don't know unless we experience, because that fear can be multiple factors. So you'll have to understand what it is. You feel really unwanted to ask. You work really hard, but you don't go about asking things. And these are some of the symptoms where scarcity of money comes into you guys. Okay. That self assessment which I have given you guys, please fill the self assessment. You'll have to talk about something very important aspects of it. If you go into the section one, we talk about what is money for you? What is the money belief for you? Is money hard to get? Money is dangerous? Money is very bad? These sort of beliefs are ingrained in you. So go back to the assessment, check where these beliefs are coming from. People who have money are evil. People who have money are dangerous. People who have money are always cruel to people in around. Remove those things. I feel dash when I receive or ask for money. So, what is the feeling when you ask for it? Do you feel guilty? Do you feel ashamed? Do you feel, voiceless when you go back asking for money? Check it out. The questionnaire is very elaborative, guys. The questions which I'm asking you here is very less, but the questionnaire which is there is very elaborate. So, you fill the questionnaire in. If you have any doubts, tomorrow when we spend time in the evening, we will discuss about what sort of questions and interpretations you have, and we will debate before getting into the next session. And growing up, what was said about money in your, are you saying the same money to your kids who are growing in? Please don't say this. Your belief systems. I've seen families where their belief systems are being rubbed on the kids. Kids doesn't know anything, guys. You go back and give you what you are being taught, which is mostly illogical. Okay, so you should know and you should train the upcoming generations for it, because they may have a pure karmic relationship with money. If you don't tell, if you don't know, don't tell them. Don't tell them this money is dangerous and all that stuff. Money paid pe hota hai kya? No. So if they come back to you, you change it. And that's a purpose. One other purpose of me to telling this session is about that. Think about it, guys. If you had 10x money, if you have that today, what might go wrong for you? Nothing will go wrong. Why? Also, I want to challenge your thinking. Why should you be only in the same way, same level work, same job? Why can't you have an alternative income of thought process? Because how long you want to work? Until your retirement, beyond your retirement? Have you planned beyond your retirement as such? Think about it, guys. Because work is not anything, and I don't propagate that you have to work hard and hard until you return, until you retire. No, you have your early retirement. Enjoy your life. Enjoy time spending with your kids. Enjoy time spending with your grandchildren. And that's how you have to plan. And that's the legacy of money. And that's the reason Soul Wealth is a part of the high-end program of career wealth activation. I mean, the career sprint program on 90 days. This is the essence for that. Okay. Remember that, guys, because whatever you think, you act is what you code back to the people. So your belief system, you have to reframe. Once you get the questionnaire, fill in the questionnaire that you will have to reframe your thought process. Where if you are saying money is hard, you'll have to reframe it saying money is created when you add value. And that's what really is all about, right? When you add value, you get more money. When you go by beyond the learning concepts, you'll try to go back and add value. And that's how money also flows in. That's how experiences will get gained. And money flows in when I align with ease and creation. So when your mind is empty, when your mind thinks in, you get innovation. When innovation, you'll be able to deliver more. And believe too about people with money are greedy. Remember, money amplifies the character of a person. If you have more money, you can do more sort of thing with money. You can do more charity. You can help more people. You can help your community at large. You can have a holiday spree with your family members. You can have a freedom to go back anywhere, anytime, whatever you wish to do. Because wealth allows you to do more good to the world around you. First of all, world is struggling with a lot of problems in. And if you have more money, you can have more value. So think about this. People do ask me this question. So we are only struggling with our own lives. And how do we go about doing this more to the society at large? Think. If you don't think it, who will think? So if you think that I will have 10x, then probably your daughters, your sons, your siblings will be more happier than you. You will be spread that joy to them. You can go back and contribute to the societies where you have grown up. And that's what wealth does. No? That's what wealth does, but that's what it is all about. So think in those angles. Don't think in the angle that in my work, I will try to get 5x. Well, your work is important. I'm saying don't stop working from tomorrow. No, that's not my intention. My intention is pave your path for the future self. Where can I have a second line career for me is what you'll have to start thinking now. If not, when you'll start thinking. And the assessment which I gave you can be of help for you all. Okay, so let's move forward. Again, decoding belief. I feel guilty when I receive or ask for money. Reframe that thought process. Receiving is part of divine flow, guys. You didn't give, I didn't give, no one asked. So if I'm deserve to get my part of a money, I'm just activating my system here, and that's what I'm receiving. It's a divine flow. You're part of this session. This session is supposed to be attended by 25 people plus people. Now, how many people are in? I don't want to name it because that's how the soul wealth connection is all about, guys. You want to do it, but systems will not let you do it. If you're part of this program, then that's a part of divine flow for you all. That is very critical aspect of it. When I receive fully, you can serve fully. Think about this angle. Don't feel guilty for asking because whatever you have worked on, you are voicing it out to get there. But innovation comes in when you have more sort of a freedom to play around. Next belief is growing up, we were always broke. That is your past. Now you are in future. That was the story. Even if you look back on Ambani's, Dhirubhai Ambani, is the individual who started off with, you might have known their stories, right? He started, getting fuel from, petrol pumps in the cans and all. That's what his struggle was. Now, is the same struggle with Mukesh Ambani? No. Is that the same struggle with his sons? No, of course not, because they are born when they're billionaires. So the story is new for everyone. The story has to be new for you, for your family. When you started your journey, you were someone. Now you are someone else in your journey, because you'll have to honor your journey, their journey. And the choice you are making now is your abundance. Your own abundance you are making today. And that's what is critical for you all. And when is that? The day when you are decided that you want to be abundant is the day when you have decided. That's where the divine flow is all about. The fundamental nature of you guys being in the session is itself divine flow. Belief again. All right. So I have more money. People might judge and expect me more. Yes, obviously, when you have more money, people will expect, but you are safe to help people. And that's how the boundaries gets, transcended. When you have more money, you want to spread more joy. And that's how it is. You have to reframe the thought process to that. And this is what you have to decode. And self assessment, again, will help you get there. Okay. So far, you are clear. So far, we are aligned, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Now, money DNA, again, we are coming back to reprogramming our money DNA. So, why we are doing what sort of a reprogramming we are doing? Because that is important, guys. With the pattern of old belief to new belief is important. And that why it is important is to know your problem. Once you know your problem, you will be able to sort your problems and reframe your problems. So, you will have to, sorry, you will have to set the standards in, and that standards will have to be done, and it has to unconsciously get things done, guys. So, if your standard is just enough, your subconscious mind tells that it's enough. So, who will tell your mind that whatever you are getting is not enough, you have to be beyond? So when you tell that, then only from underperformance to overperformance it happens. Then only you will not have fear of guilt and after abundance. Then you will not miss opportunities. You will not avoid successes. And that's what happens in reprogramming, guys. Okay, that's the essence of it. Okay. And this is a very important aspect of our session today, guys. So if your body is not just remember this, your body is not just a physical vessel. It is full of energetic system, guys. Whatever you're thinking, sitting here and thinking about it, it connects with the universe around. It connects with the soul. It connects with the ancestral patterns. And that's where you create more space. The more you create space inside by slowing down, breathing deeply, releasing old fears, the more easy wealth flows. And this is science, guys. You might have noticed and witnessed any billionaire you go back and check in. When they speak, when they are in authoritative position, they have different set of observations. You go back and check anyone, and that's where wealth happens. See anyone who is grown up really, really hard in the industry, and when you see them, you'll see them a different set of an energy altogether. Adhanis, you can go back and check Mr. Adani, how he was 10 years back and how he is now today. Okay. Money is a tool that supports your body needs and desires, guys. When you feel safe and connected to your desires, wealth expands. Which means constantly you will have to think about your 10x wealth. When you get thinking about 10x wealth, what happens to you all is your energy and your vibration will increase to 10x. When your vibration and energy is increased to 10x, then you will start thinking innovatively different. Then you will not think about your closed zones. Then you, then you will not think about your survival instinct. You have to go beyond your survival instincts, and that's the essence, guys. Money is just a tool that supports your body needs. You have to feel safe and connected to that. Unless you do that, that will not happen, guys. And every time you'll have to trust each step, whether it's a small or big, because that builds your capacity to grow more and you attract more and more of wealth. That is the fundamental essence of anything. And today, if I do a session, tomorrow you may come back to old habits. So, how do you keep in your loop of this? Is don't treat this as another session, guys. Start observing your thought process, given assessments, take the assessment seriously. Once you do that, go back for constant sort of a motivation, guys. You'll have to connect to the book called Secret. There is book called 365 Days of Secret. Every day you have one new quotation in the book of Secret by Rhonda Byrne. You'll have to read such books to stay aligned with your thought process, or else what happens, this mind, whatever comfortable the mind feels, that the mind allows you to do. You're comfortable every day morning watching this phone. Every day you're comfortable watching Insta videos. Your body, your brain will tell that why, Ashwin, go back and observe videos. Murthy, if you're comfortable, it says go. Why don't you observe that video in? You're missing it because your brain keeps always tries to keep your body in comfort zone. Why do you want to do it? You've been comfortable in the old journey. Why this new journey now? To whom are you doing this new journey? Your brain will always tell you that don't require. Murthy, you don't have to do this. See how comfortable you are life. Why more salary you want? You have a house, you have kids, someone is earning for you. Why you want to go for more? Why you want to take more risk? Relax now. You have time, relax. This is how your brain keeps telling you time and again. It gives you comfort. I went through the same comfort zone. I was in Vishakhapatnam. My brain always used to tell nice job, good family, small place, you have a beach, you have a good house, you have a great car, you bigger car, everything you can have, you good holidays you have. Life gets that comfort zone. If I feel comfortable in the same house, comfortable in the same location, you will not be able to think beyond. If I were thinking like that, I would have been in the same organization, same place, but of course the company is moved from there. Nature will keep teaching you what it is. The moment I have decided from that day onwards, in another year, the company was moved away from Vishakhapatnam. And that comfort zone, who will break? You will have to break. If you are comfortable in Dubai now, tomorrow you may be more comfortable in England. Who knows? Canada, you may have opportunity action. Who knows? And this is the world around. So you don't have comfort cocoon around it. And I keep connecting to this dot all the time. And you also can connect that because it changes my story. You know that, how silk is produced, right? Silk is produced by a moth. The scientific name of the moth, I don't know. For time being, let's understand it's a caterpillar. Okay. That caterpillar, the moment it is born, it looks really, really ugly. And it is ferocious eater. It is fed mulberry leaves. Okay. So this, the moment it is born, it comes out as a small caterpillar. It keeps eating, 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 eating. After it ate, it starts going into slumber. And when it sleeps, it starts building in cocoon. With saliva, it starts building in all the food gets digested, and with the digestion, it builds a silver cocoon. You know what happens? Immediately, this cocoon, inside there is an insect. If the insect is left alone, it becomes a one of the butterflies. Because of this, price of silk is too high. This insect, along with that cocoon, is put in hot water. The insect immediately dies inside the hot water. what you left is the silk moth, and that silk is produced, and that's how silk is formed. I don't want us to be like that, guys. Our comfort is also same thing. We get into comfort zone and we build on cocoons like that. Cocoon like that, but our cocoon is not like silk. Our cocoon is like family, close place, good company, comfortable place. My wife is good, my family is good, nice place. I'm loving this place, and all that comfort will come in. When that comfort comes in, you'll never know what sort of a hot water will come in and where you are put in that hot water. So I'm not saying, guys, you have to worry about things. All that I'm saying, you should get out of that comfort zone, start thinking in. When you start thinking in, your body becomes energetic. It gets lot of things. Don't get boggled down with what will happen to my role, what happens to my family and all. You are in right space, right time, right things will flow to you, but that's how you have to create it. Or else what happens? A situation can be one day turned into a boiling water zone. So you'll have to come out of that comfort zone. And that is very important. Now, everywhere comfort is not there. Unless you have that goal, that bigger goal of 10x money, you'll not feel comfortable about it. All right. Are you guys with me? Murthy? Ashwin? With me? Let's move forward. Yes. All right. Now let's talk about one interesting topic. Let me check the time. We have 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, let's see what it is all about. Okay. We'll talk about EFT. We will say what EFT is all about. Then we talk deeper sciences after 9:30. Tomorrow we can cover that off. So EFT is nothing but it's called uh, emotional frequency therapy. And initially, a person called Dr. Roger Calvin, a psychologist, started to develop a tapping process. It's called a tapping process. He used to do this a field therapy. They used to call those as TFT. And the tapping points are done on a specific areas of body while you are thinking about traumatic memory. So what Dr. Roger has done it. So he has patients who suffered from, trauma, who suffered from accidents, who are broken and all that stuff. They have a lot of traumatic memory. He was a psychologist. Obviously, a psychologist will help people do counselings, and also he was doing therapies in this country. So when people come back saying they have emotional issue, they lost a parent, they lost a sibling, it's sudden emotion and they cannot cope it up. So what this guy used to do is to help patients tap in specific areas which help them release emotional blockages in their mind, and it restores the balance in them. So that's what he used to end up doing. So that's where it started off. Now, as per Roger, there are more number of tapping points all over the body. So tapping points are nothing but he related those tapping points to acupuncture, acupressure. So similarly, he also framed that. But over a period of time, Gary became his student. Okay, he started studying TFT, and he felt that it's a one-stop process where he felt that Dr. Chalan's methodology is very laborious because you have to touch on multiple points in, and to get the healing you have to do that stuff. So he made the process simpler. He coined a process called emotional frequency therapy. And this therapy came into light since the year of 2020, 2019, 2020 it came up. It's widely practiced across the locations. So he simplified the method, making it more accessible. 90s it came up, but in 2019 and all, this came into widely public and they started using it. So that's how EFT tapping starts off. So they call the EFT tapping as meridians. This is just a theory. From tomorrow onwards, next session onwards, we'll practice EFT in physical. Okay. So these points are based on concepts called meridians and their energy pathways in the body. The central tradition of tradition Chinese medicine, this is called acupuncture and acupoints, acupressures, and that's where it all starts off. So in this sort of a medicines, pathways and meridians are very critical. So they say that this pathway is where energy is formed. In the language, they call it as chi or qui, which means that your energy either gets blocked in those areas which has to be released, and they see imbalances around those energies. So it's a kriya basically. So they flow. So you'll have to ensure that the energy is flowing in seamless in these areas. Or else if that doesn't happen, which means it can lead to physical or emotional issues. That's what it is all about in meridians, guys. Now there are various tapping points for you all. So first tapping point is, so the tapping points are various areas. First, you are seeing this area, right? So let me show in the camera. This is the gamut point on the side of the hand. So this is where you start practicing karate chops. So if you are part of my, career sprint journey, we talk about practicing karate chops, and this is where this tapping is called karate chop tapping, and this is the gamut point in the side of the eye. Either you can do it this way, or I can do it this way. Okay, both on left and right hands. So this is the area of tapping. Then you have on the top of the head, you have on the top of the eyebrow, then you have on the side of the eye, then you have something on under the eye, then you have something called under the nose, then you have chin area, then collarbone, underarm, either this underarm, you can take this underarm. So this is where tapping happens to you all. So this tapping helps you to release some of the blockages of energy. And this is science, and we practice it, but this is science. What is the objective of EFT? It helps in releasing scarcity, guilt, fear, and worthiness blocks around money. Because we are talking about money, we will release that. You have to talk about energy, you can release those energies as well. Technique to know this EFT points, where we have pressure points, we will understand. We keep repeating the phrases out loud or silently. And this is where the result starts flowing in. Now, like I mentioned, right? Karate chops happens on the side of the hands. And what statements you use at the karate chops, even though I have been holding on to fear and guilt around money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And this is how you have doing it. Even though I have been holding on to the fear and guilt around money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. This is how you start your EFT therapy. You can do it with me. You can do it with me, and slowly we'll start practicing this. Okay. Even though I have been holding on to fear and guilt around money, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. You can do it 3 times. Okay. Now let's move forward. Then we do tapping on the head. So one is on the eyebrow, releasing limiting money energy where there is never enough. On the side of the eye, I've carried this belief for so long. Under the eye, money feels like stress, guilt, and fear. Under the nose, I feel pressure to have more. On the chin, and shame when I don't. On the collarbone, part of me feels unworthy of receiving it fully. Under the arm, maybe I inherited this energy from my family. Top of the head, it's okay, I'm ready. I'm letting it go now. This is how you have to practice your EFT. Okay. And this is the second round. EFT is done on multiple areas. You'll have to know where you are tapping in. On the eyebrow, I forgive myself for believing money was unsafe. Side of the eye, I forgive my past for shaping these beliefs. Under the eye, I forgive my family struggles. They did their best. Under the nose, I chose to remember I am safe now. Chin, I can create a new story. Collarbone, I'm releasing fear. I'm releasing shame. I'm releasing guilt around money. Underarm, top of the head, I'm clearing all the blocks to the divine abundance. And this is the round two. Now we are getting into the round three, where you are installing new identity belief. I'm again on the eyebrows. I'm ready to receive with joy. I'm a magnet for aligned wealth. Under the eye, I allow abundance to flow through me. Under the nose, money supports my purpose. Chin, I'm worthy of ease, support, and success. Collarbone, wealth is my birthright. Under the arm, I chose to trust the flow of money. Top of the head, I'm wealthy in love, joy, and opportunities. And finally, you do the closing affirmation that I'm now activate my soul wealth frequency. I'm open, I'm abundant, I'm happy to receive more. This is what EFT technique is all about. Okay, so practice this time and again. From tomorrow onwards, when the session starts off, we do our EFT followed by Hopono, and then we will go back doing our exercise. Are you guys aligned with me? Give me a thumbs up. And for today, we are ending the session 5 of 10. Tomorrow, let's connect once again.